Good morning. Thuong wakes up as the sun rises, looks out the window, and sees the farm coming to life. She jumps out of bed, excited to start a busy day. Thuong heads out to the farm and starts her first task of the day, taking care of the chickens. She happily scatters food for them and watches as they peck at it. Even though it's a small task, it brings her so much joy. After taking care of the chickens, Thuong and her friends head to the garden to harvest fresh vegetables. They work together, plucking vegetables from the plants and chatting, enjoying each other's company. It's a great moment of friendship and teamwork. At the end of a productive day, Thuong sits on a swing and gazes at the sunset. Though she's tired, she feels content, knowing she has worked hard and learned a lot. She reflects on the beauty of life on the farm. Finally, Thuong sits on the porch, holding a glass of water and looking up at the stars. These simple, peaceful moments are what make life on the farm so meaningful to her. Thuong begins a new day with enthusiasm. She takes on the task of taking care of the newly planted vegetable garden. With hoe in hand, she starts working, eager to produce great products for the farm. Thuong and her grandmother walk into the flower garden to pick fresh, beautiful flowers. Grandma shares funny stories about her experience growing flowers. Thuong listens attentively, appreciating the beauty of each flower. A new challenge arises for Thuong, climbing a tree to harvest fruit. Though it isn't easy, with determination and the help of her friends, she successfully picks fresh, delicious apples. After a long day of hard work, Thuong and her friends organize a fun relay race competition. The whole group participates with excitement and effort, passing the baton between each other. Although no one wins, the joy and sense of teamwork make everyone feel happy. At the end of the day, Thuong sits by the stream, scooping cool water into her hands. She looks towards the setting sun, feeling satisfied with everything she has accomplished throughout the day. For Thuong, life on the farm is made of simple moments that are deeply meaningful. Thuong begins preparing for the new harvest season by making a detailed plan. She creates a list of tasks and discusses the upcoming farming season with her grandmother. Thuong feels excited when thinking about all the produce she will harvest. Thuong and her friends take care of the little animals on the farm, such as rabbits, chicks, and other small livestock. She loves each animal and always takes the time to feed them and clean their pens. This gives her a deep sense of connection to nature. Thuong learns how to prepare dishes using the farm's freshly harvested produce. She and her grandmother make a new vegetable soup using the fresh ingredients from the garden. Thuong feels happy as they enjoy the delicious meal they made with their own hands. After a long day of work, Thuong and her friends decide to have a fun bike race around the farm. Everyone enthusiastically joins in with homemade bikes. The race is full of excitement, and although no one wins, the joy and sense of unity make everyone feel happy and closer than ever. At the end of the day, Thuong and her family gather by the fire. They share funny stories, laugh together, and enjoy their evening meal. Thuong feels content and appreciates these moments, surrounded by family and enjoying the simple joys of life. Thuong and her grandmother check the tools to prepare for the rainy season. The little girl learns how to protect the crops and harvest what she can before the rain arrives. The whole group works together to ensure everything is safely protected. Thuong and her friends plant new trees in the garden. She happily watches as the young trees are carefully planted, and she eagerly anticipates the upcoming harvest seasons. These tasks help her understand the growth process of plants. One day, Thuong meets a new baby horse born on the farm. The little girl curiously spends time playing and getting to know the foal. These moments help her understand the care and love that animals need. Thuong and her friends start planning for a big event on the farm, where everyone will participate in fun games and activities. She helps come up with ideas, from designing the games to preparing the special dishes made with farm produce. After a long day, Thuong and her family sit outside, chatting and gazing at the starry sky. This is a precious time when Thuong feels the warmth and connection within her family. She feels happy and grateful for everything she has. On an early weekend morning, Thuong carefully selects tomatoes and bunches of greens to bring to the market. She's excited to share the fruits of her week-long care. Walking down the familiar village road with her grandma, Thuong feels like she's taking her little garden out to show the world. At the market, smiles bloom as Thuong hands over fresh produce. She feels the happiness that comes from sharing what she has grown. With part of the money she earned, Thuong buys a few small treats. Her smile says it all. True joy comes not just from receiving, but from earning it yourself. That evening, the whole family gathers around. Thuong tells them all about her fun day at the market, and everyone feels proud of the hard-working little girl who knows how to share. Thuong participates in the agricultural fair, where she showcases the products from her farm. She feels proud when she sees people coming by and complimenting the fresh, delicious items she has made. This is her first time joining such a big event, and she learns a lot from the experience. Thuong organizes a session to introduce farming to local children. She teaches them how to plant vegetables, water plants, and take care of the garden. Thuong is happy to share her knowledge and help others discover the joys of farming. Thuong and her grandmother spend the day harvesting fruits and vegetables from the garden. She joyfully picks tomatoes, pumpkins, and other fresh produce. Thuong understands that the care put into growing crops brings sweet rewards, and she takes pride in what she has achieved. Thuong organizes a lesson on animal care for the children. She shows them how to feed the chickens, clean the pens, and take care of the rabbits. The children are excited and learn many things from Thuong. At the end of the day, Thuong and her family gather for dinner. They enjoy delicious meals made with fresh produce from the farm. Thuong feels happy sharing this warm meal with her family and experiences the love and care of her loved ones. Thuong experiences the new harvest season by participating in the rice harvest. She feels very happy to see the golden rice ears and smells the fragrance of freshly harvested rice. This is her first time participating in rice harvesting, and she learns a lot about the process of planting and harvesting crops. Thuong tours the livestock area and spends time with the sheep. She learns how to feed them and take care of them, while observing how the animals interact with each other. Thuong hil rang cham sok jong vat joy, hoi sukyan nahan, ba yu thuong joy, boy jong vat. Thuong tries her hand at farm cooking, joining her grandmother to prepare meals using the fresh produce she harvested. She learns how to make new dishes with fresh vegetables and feels joyful when she gets to be part of the cooking process and share meals with her family. Thuong and her friends organize a farm concert to share fun and relaxing moments. Everyone participates in performances and enjoys the music under the evening sky. Thuong feels very happy to see everyone coming together to enjoy a lively and joyful atmosphere. At the end of the day, Thuong sits in the field, watching the sunset as it slowly descends. She feels peaceful and grateful for a meaningful day of work. Moments like these make Thuong appreciate the tranquility and her love for nature. Thuong and her grandmother decide to expand their family garden. Thuong jiup chuan bi jat, trong hat gyong, va cham sok ke. This task is both exciting and challenging, teaching Thuong about the patience and effort needed in farming. Thuong and her close friends take a nature walk through the forest near the farm. Together they explore, learn about various trees, plants, and wildlife. This adventure helps Thuong appreciate nature more and teaches her the importance of protecting the environment. Thuong tries her hand at outdoor cooking by hosting a barbecue with her family and friends. She prepares delicious meals using fresh farm produce. It's a fun experience that helps Thuong explore rural cooking techniques and enjoy the pleasures of outdoor dining. Thuong organizes an environmental cleanup activity, encouraging everyone to join in cleaning the farm and surrounding areas. She explains the importance of maintaining cleanliness and reducing waste. This activity promotes environmental awareness and shows Thuong's commitment to protecting nature. At the end of the day, Thuong spends quality time with her family, enjoying the sunset in the peaceful farm garden. The family shares stories and relaxes together. Thuong feels happy and grateful for these precious moments of bonding with her loved ones. Thương faces a new challenge as she takes on the responsibility of caring for the newly planted crops. She learns how to water them correctly, check the soil moisture, and protect the plants from pests. Despite the hard work, Thương feels great joy as she watches the plants grow day by day. Thương and her friends try their hands at crafting with natural materials from the farm. Together they create beautiful items like woven baskets from leaves or wooden decorations. It's a fun and relaxing activity that helps Thương explore craftsmanship and creativity while connecting with nature. Thương and her grandmother head to the farmer's market to sell their farm's fresh produce, like vegetables, eggs, and homemade treats. Thương feels proud as she sees people in the village buying the fresh, high-quality products she helped grow. It's a valuable experience for Thương to understand the importance of farm-to-market goods and community connection. Thương and her friends organize a small party in the garden of the farm where everyone enjoys homemade dishes made from farm-fresh produce. They gather around, chat, and play games in the peaceful surroundings. This is a perfect moment for Thương to appreciate the joy of friendship and the simple pleasures of life. At the end of the day, Thương lies on a grass mat outside, gazing at the starry sky. She feels calm and content after a day filled with hard work and fun activities. This peaceful moment helps Thương feel deeply connected with nature and find tranquility in the simplicity of farm life. The fruit season has arrived, and Thương, along with her grandmother, begins harvesting the ripe apples. She is thrilled as she picks the fresh, red apples, each one a reward for the hard work spent tending the trees. This is an important moment for Thương to understand the process of harvesting and the joy of seeing the fruits of her labor. Thương and her friends learn how to make crafts using natural materials found around the farm. Together, they create beautiful items like woven baskets from leaves or decorations made from wood. It's a fun and relaxing activity that allows Thương to discover more about handmade art and connect with nature. Thương and her grandmother head to the farmer's market to sell their farm's fresh produce, such as vegetables, eggs, and homemade goods. Thương feels proud as people in the village purchase the fresh, high-quality products she helped grow. This experience teaches Thương the value of farm-to-market goods and the importance of community. Thương and her friends organize a small party in the garden of the farm, where everyone enjoys food made with fresh farm produce. They gather around the picnic table, chat, and play games in the peaceful surroundings. This is a wonderful opportunity for Thương to cherish the joy of friendship and appreciate the simple pleasures of farm life. At the end of the day, Thương lies on a grass mat outside, gazing at the starry sky. She feels calm and content after a long day of work and fun. This peaceful moment gives Thương a sense of tranquility and a deeper connection with nature and the simple joys of farm life. As the seasons change, Thuong helps her grandmother prepare the farm for winter. They gather hay to store for the animals and make sure the animal pens are properly insulated. Thuong learns the importance of preparing the farm for colder weather, ensuring that the animals stay warm and comfortable. Thuong and her grandmother sit down to plan their winter crops. They look through seed catalogs, choosing which vegetables and herbs will thrive in the colder months. This process teaches Thuong about the different seasons and how farmers adapt to them, ensuring there's food all year round. Thuong and her grandmother visit a neighboring farm to exchange tips on farming and animal care. Thuong enjoys meeting other farmers and learning about their methods. This visit opens her eyes to the different ways people run their farms, and she's eager to try new ideas on her own farm. Thuong and her friends decide to make winter decorations using materials they find around the farm, like pine cones, branches, and dried flowers. They create beautiful rustic decorations to hang around the house. This creative activity brings everyone together and adds a warm, festive touch to the farm as winter approaches. After a busy day, Thuong and her family relax by the fireplace. The warmth of the fire, the soft crackling sound, and the feeling of togetherness create a peaceful atmosphere. Thuong reflects on the day, feeling thankful for the love and warmth of her family, as well as the beauty of the farm life she gets to experience. One afternoon, Thuong stands outside, feeling the first rain of the season. She is happy because the rain will help the crops in the farm grow stronger. This is a special moment of the year, when nature changes and brings hope for the new harvest. Thuong and her friends learn how to recycle and reuse farm materials, like old wood and sacks, to create crafts. They make beautiful items such as woven baskets and decorative pieces from materials found on the farm. This activity not only helps reduce waste, but also creates unique and meaningful objects. Thuong and her family work together to care for the vegetable garden. Thuong helps her grandmother and parents water the plants, pull weeds, and harvest fresh vegetables. She feels proud to see the garden thriving and understands the effort that each family member contributes to feeding the household. Thuong attends an agricultural workshop with her grandmother to learn about new and sustainable farming techniques. She listens to experts share methods that protect the soil and increase crop yield. This is a great opportunity for Thuong to expand her knowledge of farming and improve practices on her own farm. On a quiet morning, Thuong sits on a wooden bench, watching the sunrise over the field. She feels peaceful and calm as the new day begins. This moment helps Tuong reflect on the lessons she has learned and the challenges she will continue to face. As spring approaches, Tuong helps prepare the soil and plant the first crops of the season. She carefully plants seeds for vegetables like carrots, lettuce, and radishes. Tuong feels excited as the new season brings new opportunities to grow and learn about different crops. Tuong and her grandmother visit the local market to buy seeds, tools, and other farming supplies for the upcoming season. Tuong enjoys walking through the market, learning about new tools and techniques, and discovering new seeds to try in the garden. Tuong learns how to make compost from organic materials like kitchen scraps and leaves. She helps her grandmother create nutrient-rich compost that will be used to fertilize the garden. Tuong understands that composting is an important part of sustainable farming, helping reduce waste and improve soil health. Tuong and her grandmother take a walk through the forest to forage for wild herbs like mint and rosemary. They carefully gather herbs and discuss how they can use them in cooking or for medicinal purposes. Tuong learns about the abundance of nature and how to use natural resources in a sustainable way. With the arrival of warmer weather, Tuong and her family enjoy their first picnic of the spring. They sit together on a picnic blanket, enjoying homemade food made from fresh produce from the farm. Tuong feels grateful for the simple joys of family time and the beauty of the farm in spring. Tuong begins tending to the new fruit orchard for the season. She carefully prunes branches, checks the growth of the trees, and prepares for the upcoming harvest. This is a task that requires patience and attention to detail, and Tuong feels happy as she sees the orchard thriving. Tuong attends a class on sustainable farming, where she learns how to plant crops that protect the soil and increase farming efficiency. She discovers how to use organic fertilizers and practices that avoid chemicals. This is a modern and environmentally friendly way of farming that Tuong is eager to apply on her farm. Tuong attends an animal protection workshop where she learns how to care for farm animals and ensure their well-being. She and the experts discuss ways to protect animals' rights and how important it is to treat them humanely. Tuong gains a deeper understanding of animal welfare in farming. Tuong joins a new project to build shelters for the farm's animals. She learns how to use tools and materials to construct safe and comfortable spaces for the animals. This is a new challenge for Tuong, helping her understand the importance of building sturdy and safe homes for the farm's residents. At the end of the day, Tuong enjoys a family dinner outdoors in the farm garden. They share stories and savor delicious meals made from fresh farm produce. Tuong feels grateful and happy to spend these precious moments with her family in the peaceful setting of the farm. As winter approaches, Tuong continues to care for her vegetable garden. She waters the cold-tolerant crops like cabbage and kohlrabi and checks for any pests. Tuong is happy to see the garden thriving despite the cold weather. Tuong learns how to bake farm bread with her grandmother. She helps mix the dough, knead it, and bake delicious bread made from natural ingredients from the farm. Tuong is excited to see the golden, crispy bread and enjoys it with her family. Tuong and her friends organize a cleanup activity around the farm. The group works together to pick up trash and keep the area clean, helping to protect the environment. This meaningful community activity helps Tuong understand the importance of taking care of nature. Tuong explores the mushroom growing area on the farm. She learns how to cultivate and care for mushrooms, discovering which types thrive in humid conditions. Tuong is fascinated to see the mushroom racks and gains a deeper understanding of the natural foods the farm can provide. At the end of the day, Tuong sits by the stream, looking up at the starry sky. She feels relaxed and at peace in the quiet of nature. Thuong understands that these moments are a wonderful gift from nature, helping her feel connected to the universe and everything around her. Thuong and her family expand the vegetable garden to grow more varieties of crops. She carefully waters the plants and checks their growth every day. Seeing the young vegetables thrive under her care fills Thuong with pride and happiness, knowing that they will soon provide fresh, delicious food for her family. Thuong learns how to make organic compost using simple materials like vegetable peels and dry leaves. She helps her grandmother build a compost pile, turning waste into rich, natural fertilizer for the garden. Through this, Thuong understands the importance of recycling and nurturing the soil naturally, without chemicals. Thuong spends part of her morning caring for the farm animals. She feeds the chickens, cleans their coop, and checks on the rabbits and ducks. Watching the animals eat happily and play around makes Thuong feel deeply connected to the life on the farm. At noon, Thuong and her family gather for an outdoor lunch under the trees. They enjoy delicious meals made from their own farm produce, fresh salads, grilled vegetables, and homemade bread. Sharing laughter and stories around the table, Thuong feels warmth and happiness that only a close-knit family can bring. At the end of the day, Thuong finds a quiet spot by the stream to relax. She listens to the gentle flow of the water and watches the golden light of the setting sun reflect on the surface. In these peaceful moments, Thuong feels grateful for the simple yet meaningful life at the farm, where every day is a new story of love, nature, and hard work. It's time for the Harvest Festival, and Thuong and her family are busy decorating the farm. They hang colorful banners, arrange autumn leaves, and set up food tables for the event. Thuong is excited to celebrate the fruitful season and share the joy with neighbors and friends. In the kitchen, Thuong helps her grandmother bake pies using fresh apples and pumpkins from the farm. She rolls the dough and carefully fills the crusts with sweet, fragrant filling. The smell of the pies fills the room, making Thuong feel warm and proud of what they've made together. During the festival, Thuong joins her friends in fun farm games like sack races, wheelbarrow races, and a pumpkin carving contest. Laughter fills the air as everyone plays and cheers. Win or lose, Thuong enjoys every moment and the strong sense of friendship all around. As the evening sets in, Thuong and her family gather around the bonfire to share stories. Grandparents tell tales of old harvests and children listen closely. The fire's warmth and the glowing moon create a magical atmosphere filled with tradition and love. After a long, happy day, Thuong sits quietly under the stars. She looks up at the sky, thinking about all the laughter, food, and memories from the festival. In that peaceful moment, she feels thankful for her family, her farm, and the simple joys of country life. On a fresh morning, Thuong wakes up early to help her grandmother clean up the farmyard. Golden autumn leaves cover the ground, and Thuong happily sweeps them into piles. She enjoys the quiet task and the feeling of bringing neatness and freshness to the farm. After tidying the yard, Thuong heads to the garden to harvest vegetables. She gently pulls up crisp carrots and bright red radishes. The joy of touching the earth and gathering the results of her care makes her feel proud and fulfilled. Thuong spends time with her favorite animals, the rabbits. She feeds them freshly picked carrots and softly pets their warm fur. The rabbits wiggle their noses and munch happily, and Thuong feels a quiet joy being close to them. In the afternoon, Thuong brings out her notebook and colored pencils to sketch. She draws the garden, the chicken coop, and even her rabbits. Her drawings are full of color and life, little memories captured through her eyes. As the day ends, Thuong sits on her favorite bench, watching the sun slowly set behind the hills. The wheat fields glow in the golden light. She breathes in the cool evening air and feels thankful for another meaningful day on the farm. In the calm morning, Thuong learns from her grandmother how to plant seeds for winter vegetables like mustard greens and spinach. She carefully digs small rows, places each seed gently, and covers them with soil. Every tiny seed she plants carries hope for the cold days ahead. Thuong helps her grandfather clean and add fresh straw to the chicken coop to keep the birds warm for the winter. She watches as the chickens settle happily into their cozy shelter. Caring for them teaches her how important it is to be gentle and responsible with animals. In the afternoon, Thuong learns how to make beeswax candles with her grandmother. She pours the melted wax into little molds, carefully placing the wicks inside. Once the candles cool and harden, the room fills with a soft, natural scent of honey. Each candle glows like a piece of sunshine made by hand. As the day ends, Thuong and her family gather around the dinner table under soft candlelight. The meal is simple: fresh vegetables, warm soup, and home-raised chicken, but every bite is full of love. For Thuong, this moment of connection is the true flavor of home. Later that evening, Thuong sits quietly on the porch steps, gazing at the full moon rising over the fields. The moonlight casts a gentle glow across the garden. She closes her eyes for a moment and takes a deep breath, feeling thankful for the simple, beautiful rhythm of life at the farm. Early in the morning, Thuong brings food to the fish pond in the garden. As she sprinkles the food, the fish swim quickly to the surface, creating playful ripples. Thuong smiles happily, watching the pond come alive in the morning light. In the late morning, Thuong and her grandmother gather pine branches and wildflowers from the garden. Together, they create beautiful handmade wreaths to decorate the house. Each wreath is filled with color, love, and the joy of spending time together. In the afternoon, Thuong and her grandmother prepare fresh fruit sandwiches. She gently spreads cream on the bread, then carefully places slices of ripe strawberries and bananas on top. The sandwiches look colorful and delicious. Thuong enjoys the fun of making a simple and tasty snack from farm-grown fruits. After finishing her chores, Thuong spends time playing with her puppy named Bong. She throws a ball, and Bong runs excitedly to fetch it. Their laughter and joy fill the garden with warmth and energy. As evening falls, Thuong sits by the window with her diary. She writes about her day, feeding the fish, making wreaths, preparing sandwiches, and playing with Bong. To her, each small moment is a memory worth keeping, a gentle story of life on the farm. Early in the morning, Thuong follows her grandfather into a small forest near their home to gather dry firewood. She carefully picks up branches and ties them into neat bundles to prepare for the cold days ahead. The task is not too heavy, but it makes her feel responsible and more grown up. At noon, Thuong and her grandmother spend time decorating cookies they had prepared earlier. She uses a piping bag to draw colorful stars, trees, and snowflakes on the cookies. Each one becomes a tiny, joyful creation. Laughter fills the kitchen as they playfully compare designs and enjoy the fun of creating together. In the afternoon, Thuong spends time cleaning and arranging her favorite study spot. She wipes the desk, stacks her books neatly, and hangs up some of her farm-themed drawings. Her little corner becomes tidy, cheerful, and full of inspiration. As evening comes and the air turns colder, Thuong wraps herself in a blanket and reads beside the fireplace. The gentle crackling of the fire and the pages of her book create a cozy world of imagination. She feels warm, calm, and peaceful. Before bedtime, Thuong writes a heartfelt letter to her best friend who lives far away. She shares stories about her quiet life at the farm, the coming winter, and the sweet cookies she decorated. Though they are apart, she hopes her words will bring her friend a little warmth and joy. In the morning, Thuong carries a small woven basket and walks around the garden to pick up dry leaves and pull out weeds. She hums a soft tune as birds sing nearby, and golden sunlight warms her face. Though simple, the task makes her feel more connected to the garden she loves. At noon, Thuong joins her grandmother in the kitchen to make traditional crispy rice cakes. She rolls the dough into small balls, flattens them gently, and adds a smooth mung bean filling in the center. Together, they place the cakes on an oil-free griddle to toast both sides until golden brown. The sweet, toasty aroma quickly fills the room and makes Thuong's stomach rumble. When the first cake is done, she takes a bite. The crust is crispy, the inside soft and sweet, and her face lights up with joy. In the afternoon, Thuong sits under the porch and makes greeting cards from the dried leaves she collected earlier. She decorates each card with drawings and writes kind messages inside. Every card is a small, heartfelt gift made with creativity and love. As the afternoon cools down, Thuong enjoys a cup of herbal tea with her grandmother. Grandma tells stories from the past, and Thuong listens with wide, curious eyes. These quiet moments remind her of the warmth of family and the beauty of generations sharing time together. In the early morning, Thuong takes out a stack of colorful origami paper and begins folding little animals. Step by step, she makes cranes, rabbits, and flowers. Each creation brings her joy, and soon her desk is filled with tiny paper treasures made by her own hands. Thuong helps her mom tidy up the old bookshelf in the study. She finds her childhood comics, old notebooks, and even drawings she forgot about. As they go through the books, mother and daughter laugh and share memories attached to each one. At noon, Thuong sits by the window and paints a winter scene using her colored pencils. She imagines snow-covered fields and bare, silent trees. Each line draws her deeper into a peaceful world shaped by her imagination. In the afternoon, Thuong uses old paper to create small gift boxes. She adds bows, smiley faces, and cheerful messages to each one. Though simple, every box is filled with creativity and her honest, heartfelt effort. As night falls, Thuong sits quietly on the stone bench outside, her eyes fixed on the sparkling sky. She closes her eyes and makes quiet wishes for her loved ones and for herself. That soft moment beneath the stars gently wraps up a simple and meaningful day. In the morning, Thuong carries her little camera around the farm to capture beautiful moments. A blooming flower, a duckling swimming, a cat napping beside the vegetable beds. She carefully photographs each scene, collecting the quiet beauty of farm life one click at a time. Thuong gathers dried seeds from the garden, like soapberries and lotus pods, cleans them, paints them lightly, and strings them into bracelets. Each bracelet has its own color and charm, and she plans to gift them to her grandmother, mom, and best friend. Tiny tokens of love. After a light rain the day before, Grandma shows Thuong how to use collected rainwater to care for the plants. As the cool water splashes gently onto the leaves, they shimmer and sway, as if saying thank you. Thuong smiles, proud to help the little garden grow with her own hands. In the afternoon, Thuong uses old papers, cardboard, and string to create a mini memory notebook. She decorates the cover with dried flowers and writes the first page. Soft sunshine days. Each page will hold a special memory from her life at the farm, a quiet place for gentle thoughts. Before bed, Thuong lies down and listens to calming instrumental music through her little music player. The soft melodies create a gentle space inside her, quieting her thoughts after a day full of kindness and creativity. She closes her eyes slowly, feeling thankful and at peace. Early in the morning, Thuong brings a magnifying glass to the garden to explore the tiny world of insects. She watches a bright red ladybug, a line of ants carrying food, and a butterfly resting on a daisy. Each little creature brings her a new sense of wonder and joy. Thuong decides to make name tags for the vegetables in the garden: carrots, lettuce, mustard greens, scallions. She writes the names clearly and adds simple drawings for each. After placing the signs into the soil, the garden looks more lively, like each plant has its own story to tell. At midday, Thuong walks along the garden path, picking up clean, smooth pebbles. She plans to paint them into cute characters like cats, birds, and tiny vegetables. With her imagination, these little stones will soon become cheerful works of art. In the afternoon, Thuong colors the drawing she made earlier: scenes of the veggie garden, a chicken, and the cozy farmhouse. With each stroke of bright color, her pictures come alive. Through her hands, even the quiet corners of farm life become full of energy and warmth. At night, Thuong and Grandma play a fun word-guessing game with wooden flashcards. Grandma gives clues, Thuong guesses, and they burst into laughter at each silly answer. The game brings not only smiles, but also closeness between them. In the morning, Thuong goes to the garden to pick fresh mint leaves for herbal tea. The tiny, cool leaves release a gentle, refreshing scent that makes her smile. She takes a deep breath, enjoying the crisp, clean fragrance of the garden air. After gathering the mint, Thuong prepares a cool, refreshing tea in the kitchen. She adds a few slices of lemon and mint leaves to cold water, stirring gently. With just one sip, the soft sourness of the lemon and the fresh mint flavor brings a bright smile to her face. At noon, Thuong uses soft felt fabric to create cute heart-shaped keychains. She sews tiny flowers onto each one, planning to give them as thoughtful gifts to her mom and friends. Each small creation carries her love and care. In the afternoon, Thuong and her grandmother plant sunflower seeds in the garden near the porch. Grandma shares that sunflowers always turn toward the light, just like people should always look for positivity in life. Hearing that, Thuong feels her heart filled with hope and happiness. At the end of the day, Thuong opens her memory book and writes, "Today, I learned that whether it's a tiny mint leaf or a bright sunflower, everything has its own value. I will try to become someone who brings goodness to others. She smiles softly, closes her notebook, and feels ready for another beautiful day tomorrow. In the morning, Thuong walks through the garden collecting fallen flower petals to make natural paints. She carefully sorts them: rose petals for soft pink, chrysanthemum petals for bright yellow, and hibiscus petals for light red. Each petal carries a tiny story that Thuong loves to discover. With Grandma's guidance, Thuong learns how to make colors from flower petals and leaves. She gently crushes the petals, adds a few drops of water, and creates soft, natural shades. Little bottles of delicate colors slowly appear, ready for an inspiring painting session. At noon, Thuong starts painting the Garden of Memories, using her handmade natural colors. Soft pinks, bright yellows, and fresh greens bloom across the paper. It feels like her painting carries the fragrance and life of the garden itself. In the afternoon, Thuong weaves soft vines and small flowers into a lovely flower crown. The simple crown looks delicate and elegant, making her feel like a little princess in the garden. She smiles brightly, twirling playfully as she admires herself in a small mirror. In the quiet evening, Thuong plays soft music and sits back to admire her finished painting. The soothing melodies and the colorful garden scene bring her a deep sense of joy and peace. She smiles gently and closes her eyes, feeling completely at ease after a beautiful and creative day.